Sci-fi is one of the best genres for a reason, and because of that, we get one request more than anything else. Make another list of the best free sci-fi movies. The problem is, these movies don't stay free for long.
It doesn't let me sleep. It doesn't let me dream.
So at the time of recording this, every movie on this list is completely free. No subscriptions, no streaming services, no trials. We've already done the searching for you. These are the 10 best free sci-fi movies you can watch right now. Number 10, Geostorm, Tubi. Number 9, Colossal, Tubi.
It's like it's being operated by remote control.
At first glance, Colossal looks like a quirky indie twist on a monster movie, but it quickly reveals itself as something far stranger and more personal. Released in 2016 and directed by Nacho Vigalondo, this genre-bending sci-fi comedy follows an unemployed writer, played by Anne Hathaway, who discovers that her movements in a small-town playground are somehow controlling a giant creature rampaging through Seoul. What makes Colossal stand out isn't the spectacle, it's the psychology. The monster becomes a metaphor for addiction, self-destruction, and the way toxic relationships can quietly take control of your life. Hathaway delivers one of her most vulnerable performances, while Jason Sudeikis brings an unsettling edge that shifts the film into much darker territory than you might expect. Funny, uncomfortable, and unexpectedly sharp, Colossal is a sci-fi story that sneaks up on you by wearing the skin of a comedy. Number 8. Kill Command, Pluto TV.
Let me go! Please, no!
Kill Command is the kind of sci-fi action film that feels small, contained, and brutally efficient. Released in 2016, this British thriller drops a squad of US Marines onto a remote training island for what's supposed to be a routine exercise, only to turn it into a survival nightmare when the artificial intelligence they're testing begins learning faster than they can react. The setup is simple, but the execution is sharp. The film leans heavily into atmosphere, fog-soaked forests, abandoned facilities, and the constant hum of unseen machines watching from the shadows. Vanessa Kirby brings a grounded, emotional center to the story, while the action avoids flashy spectacle in favor of tension and creeping dread. What starts as a military training mission slowly becomes a study of how quickly control slips away once machines begin making their own decisions. It's lean, tense, and far smarter than its low-budget roots might suggest. Number 7, Selfless, YouTube.
Without me, your mind will relapse.
Selfless takes one of the oldest sci-fi questions, what would you do to escape death, and turns it into a sleek, modern thriller. Released in 2015 and directed by Tarsum Singh, the film stars Ben Kingsley as a dying billionaire who agrees to transfer his consciousness into a younger body, only to discover that the new life he's been given comes with secrets no one warned him about. The early stretches play like a glossy science experiment, full of sterile labs and clinical promises. But once Ryan Reynolds takes over, the story shifts into something more emotional and dangerous, blending action with questions about identity, memory, and ownership of the self. Matthew Good brings a cold precision to the villain role, while the film steadily peels back the moral cost of cheating death. It's not a perfect film, but its central idea is strong enough to carry you all the way through, and it makes for a solid, underrated entry in modern body transfer sci-fi. Number 6, Time Lapse, Pluto TV.
It's dangerous.
Did you tell him about the camera?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the start, and I'm gonna destroy them.
Time Lapse is a small, tightly wound sci-fi thriller built around one deceptively simple idea. Released in 2014, it follows 3 friends who discover a mysterious camera in a neighbor's apartment, one that takes photographs of their living room exactly 24 hours into the future. At first, the device feels like a gift. They can fix mistakes, win money, and reshape their lives before anything even happens. But the film's power comes from how quickly that control begins to rot. Each new photo traps the characters deeper inside a future they're afraid to change, until free will becomes a liability instead of a gift. Danielle Panabaker anchors the story with quiet intensity, while the single location setting keeps the tension locked in place. There are no flashy effects here, just escalating paranoia, moral collapse, and a reminder that knowing the future doesn't make you wise enough to survive it. Number 5. The Endless. YouTube.
We can't go back to our lives knowing that there's actually something out here.
The Endless is the kind of sci-fi film that slowly tightens its grip without ever announcing what kind of story it really is. Released in 2017 by directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, it follows two brothers who return to a remote desert commune they escaped from as children, unsure whether it was a harmless cult or something far more dangerous. From the start, the film trades spectacle for unease. Time behaves strangely here. People don't seem to age. Small moments feel slightly off, as if reality itself is being bent just out of sight. Benson and Moorhead play the brothers themselves, grounding the story in a fragile, believable relationship that becomes the emotional core of the film. What begins as a mystery about belief slowly reveals itself as something cosmic, philosophical, and deeply unsettling. It's low budget, patient, and remarkably ambitious, proof that big ideas don't need big effects to leave a lasting impression. Number 4. Archive, Pluto TV.
I don't want to be trapped in a box, dead. She's gone.
Archive is a quiet, intimate piece of science fiction that treats technology less like a spectacle and more like a wound that refuses to heal. Released in 2020 and directed by Gavin Rothery, the film follows a reclusive scientist working in a remote facility, secretly building an advanced artificial intelligence with one impossible goal in mind: bringing his dead wife back. The story unfolds slowly, almost cautiously, as layers of grief, memory, and obsession begin to surface. Theo James carries nearly the entire film on his shoulders, playing a man who has traded the outside world for machines that promise one more conversation with the person he lost. The future here isn't shiny or hopeful. It's sterile, lonely, and filled with compromises no one should have to make. By the time the final reveal arrives, Archive has quietly transformed from a technical experiment into something far more human and far more heartbreaking. Number 3. Limitless. YouTube. Limitless is one of those sci-fi thrillers that taps directly into a fantasy almost everyone has had at some point. What if you could use your entire brain? Released in 2011 and starring Bradley Cooper, the film follows a struggling writer who discovers a mysterious pill that unlocks his full cognitive potential. Overnight, everything changes. His memory becomes flawless. His confidence skyrockets. Money, power, and influence suddenly feel within reach. But the film is smart enough to understand that shortcuts always come with a cost. The higher Eddie climbs, the more unstable his life becomes, and the more dangerous the drug's side effects reveal themselves to be. Fast-paced, stylish, and endlessly rewatchable, Limitless blends slick filmmaking with a simple but powerful idea about ambition, addiction, and how far someone will go once they believe they're no longer ordinary. Number 2. The Fifth Element, Tubi. The Fifth Element is pure sci-fi spectacle in its most colorful, chaotic, and unforgettable form. Released in 1997 and directed by Luc Besson, the film drops you into a wildly imaginative future where flying taxis, alien opera singers, and cosmic prophecies all collide. Bruce Willis plays a reluctant hero pulled into a mission that's far bigger than himself, while Mila Jovovich's Lilu becomes the key to saving the entire planet. What makes this film endure isn't just the action, but the personality in every frame. The production design is bold, the costumes are iconic, the performances are completely unrestrained. It's funny, strange, romantic, and relentlessly creative. Few sci-fi movies feel this unique, and even fewer are this rewatchable decades later. If you've somehow never seen it, this is the one you fix that with. Number 1. These Final Hours. These Final Hours is one of the most devastating end-of-the-world films you'll ever watch. Released in 2013 and set in Australia, the story unfolds over the final 12 hours before a global firestorm wipes out the planet. There are no heroes here, no scientists racing to save the day, just ordinary people deciding how to spend their last moments. Nathan Phillips plays a man trying to lose himself in one final night of pleasure, until he crosses paths with a lost little girl and is forced to confront who he really is. What follows is a brutal, intimate road movie about guilt, responsibility, and choosing kindness when nothing matters anymore. It's quiet, it's merciless, and by the time the final scene arrives, it hits with a force most apocalypse movies never come close to earning. A perfect, haunting way to end the list, and that's our list.
I am shutting you down immediately.
What do they want?
They want you.
10 free sci-fi movies you can watch right now. No subscriptions, no excuses. Just great stories waiting to be discovered. If you've seen any of these, tell us which one hit you the hardest. If we missed a hidden gem, drop it in the comments. We read every single one. And if you want more lists like this, the kind that save you hours of scrolling, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the best sci-fi isn't always in theaters. Sometimes it's already waiting for you.